Welcome back, icons of the world, to the Metro Icon Podcast for another episode, y'all. And once again, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the listeners and new listeners that keep coming to the show. And if this is your first time to the show, yo, welcome to the show, man. I hope you guys get a lot, man, because this is a whole lot of fun. This is going to be an amazing episode. Before I talk about who I got on the show today, I want to let you know, y'all, I have my first comedy show I am producing to celebrate my first year in comedy. It is happening at TK's Comedy Cuisine in Addison on December 14th at 8:30 p.m. There is an open mic that is happening from 6:30 to 8 p.m. right before the showcase, and the showcase goes live at 8:30. I have an incredible lineup for this show, and I'm super, super proud of it, y'all. So make sure you guys come check out the show. Get your tickets on Pre-Kindle through the link that I be posting on my socials, y'all. And on top of that, I also will be performing at a comedy showcase on December 11th. Actually, two of them. One at Will Call Bar, and then the Best of Dallas comedy show at the Dallas Comedy Club shortly after that. So, yeah, a lot of comedy events that are coming up. December 11th, Will Call Bar and Dallas Comedy Club. Then December 14th will be the More to Go comedy showcase presented by your boy Shawn Kay the Showman, y'all. And then, of course, you can also catch me Fridays at Two Brothers in Plano. And then, that's right, New Year's Eve is coming, y'all. And I am locked and ready to go at Library Bar this New Year's Eve. So get ready, because I'll be posting prices and packages, because it is Library Bar's biggest party of the year. We got a great episode for you guys today, man. I'm sitting down with one of my boys in the comedy game. His name is Kevin Deanda. He is a former Marine and military man who has jumped into comedy to cleanse his soul, in a sense. And it's a very, very fun and deep conversation. And, there's a lot of serious points, but there's a lot of levity to it. So there's a lot to gain from this. This is dedicated to all of my military and servicemen out there. We thank you so much for your service, and we honor your service with this episode, talking to my boy, Kevin Deanda.
You could do it all. You can't
do it all, baby.
That's right. Welcome, everybody, back to the Metro Icon Podcast, y'all, because you know what we do. We talk about the world of entertainment and media and the icons that live in it, and to gather the stories from it that brought them to the journey that they are today. And, man, we got a guy that, for the first time, I'm not going to call an icon.
Do you have, like, reverb on your voice?
Maybe.
Like echo?
I might. But I will call him memorable, and I will call him talented, and by God, I will call him handsome. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a comedian that is making mad waves so strong that he's booked on way more shows, doing this for way less time than me. And, of course, he's also a man of the armed forces. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Mr. Kevin Deanda.
Hello. Hey, thank you for having me, Shawn. I'm really glad.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the support. Yes, all the
Yeah,
claps.
I got the neighborhood together. We recorded all of that. I'm like, this is for my friend Kevin.
Yeah.
And then they all came together.
That's dope.
And
Yeah, I love
made
it.
I made
yeah,
that sound
I know.
with you.
That's great. Yeah, the intro, the setup, everything's super sick, man. I really enjoy it.
I appreciate you saying that, man. I worked hard on it, and I actually also rent this out to other like podcasters, who people who just want to even try and see what a setup looks like, but actually just make an episode, both audio, video.
Yeah,
and
kick-ass, man. I think that's big. That's big bro shit. That's what we got to do sometimes.
hey, man, you know what? I am older than you, so
that is very true. Much older.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, this cat right here, he is a man of youth, but also a man of experience, and he has a whole lot within his resume, even before he came into comedy, which you've been doing comedy for
7 months now.
7 months.
7 months.
So I've been doing it he's been doing it 7 months. I've been doing it 11 months. So together we are 7-11.
Yes.
And that's what
I like
makes
that.
this.
Yeah, I like that.
We doing this podcast.
We are the 7-11. Yeah.
There we go. So
yeah.
Yo, I got fucking sound effects for this.
Yeah.
But Kevin, you've been making like mad rounds, dude. I
appreciate that, yeah.
but I keep seeing your face on a fucking flyer, and I'm like, yo, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah,
No one's
man.
even having this conversation with
Nah,
me yet.
yeah, man. It's
You're
definitely
getting love though, but you deserve it, man. You've been
it's-
doing great.
I appreciate the praise, man. The praise means a lot. But definitely, it's a weird and wild thing. It's a blessing, first of all, just to be, to be around the comedians I'm around, to be around all the friends that I've made, and to be booked and go on, like to go on a show and do what like stand up with some of the people that I think are hilarious and play in rooms and make people laugh, man. It's so weird, and people tell me that a lot. Like I hear that a lot. I try not to pay attention to it, but I hear it a lot. Oh wow, you're only doing this 4 months and you're working. Like oh I didn't start doing shows till I was this long in, or and I'm like, that's crazy. I don't know how to explain
haters,
it,
man. When you meet the guys.
Oh yeah, no, I already, dude. That's a given. Like I there are some times where I see it, but I try not to really play into it because I don't know what I'm doing. I like to say like, I'm just doing what everyone else is doing, right? Like I go home, I look at my phone or my notebook, and I write down my stupid thoughts and ideas, and I pace and I pace and I pace until a joke
So you got a notebook, like you don't.
I mean, it's either my phone or a notebook.
Okay,
I mean,
I just write on my phone.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's what everyone else is doing, right? We're sitting up late, looking through our thoughts. We're waking up early, looking at our thoughts again, and trying to develop a joke to where we show up at an open mic and just lay it down. That's what we're all doing. That
Right,
I'm not doing
right.
anything different, and that's why I think it's weird. It's also incredibly scary when people tell me that, like, oh well, you're working. I'm like, like, should I not be? Like, should I? Like, is this wrong? Like, am I doing something wrong? It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that's the whole point, though, is that because I mean, for me, like I've been a full-time entertainer for almost a decade, and so it's one of those things where like I understand the game for what it is. You're kind of coming into the game fresh, and
oh yeah, I have no idea what.
But you're also coming in to the game as like go into the most difficult art form of like live entertainment. Stand-up comedy is the most difficult art form. Like as someone who's a professional MC, as a singer, as a DJ, like I know how to dance, but I wouldn't call myself a dancer. I just know how to.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
but again, it's like utilizing all these elements on an entertainment entertainment stage or in front of a live crowd. Stand-up comedy is its own beast, and also you can't compare it to improv comedy because you're working with a team. Stand-up is just you. So so for you to make that move, and then in 7 months, because I was giving myself a year before I even made that first check. And shout out to George Rez Speaks, man. That man's the first one who gave me a little money so far.
Yeah.
I mean, not much, but it's just even a
No,
little
yeah,
something.
most definitely. And I mean, doing it.
Keep talking. I'm fixing this.
No, yeah, absolutely. I think working is exactly what it is. I mean, it's a blessing right there just to do it. So whenever I walk out there, I'm just here to do my thing, right? I just want to hang out. I want to let y'all enjoy what I've been thinking about, and really just enjoy it for what it is. And I'm not thinking like this. I didn't start doing comedy so I could be like, oh, I'm gonna be on stage and I'm gonna be in these sold out rooms. I didn't really do it for that. I did it because I wanted to do stand up. Like I just wanted to be in a comedy club and watch comedy and do comedy, and whatever came with it is definitely a blessing. But my goal or intention was just like, I just want to talk to somebody. I need to let some stuff out.
I feel like your position was like, I'm saying way too much to my wife that this is like, you know what? You need to say this to other people.
I've always just been interested in it, and I figured once I started, I'll just see where it goes. When I went to do my first open mic, I was like, this is probably just going to be a one and done thing. And I went up there for the first time, and immediately I was like, oh, I got to do this again. And then it turned into, I got to do it again, and I got to do it again. And then I was like, it just became all I thought about. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm in this. And I was like, Yeah.
If you like with, you know, obviously if how you're operating within it, I don't see why not. You can't obtain like a very, very high level status within a career in comedy. But would you see it beyond comedy, like hopefully to take you to like acting or like to have roles, or do you want to just keep it to stand up?
Yeah, that's really cool. I think that's a really good question. I think the one thing I always remind myself of every day, almost every moment, every second, which is kind of bad, is that I'm nobody. And
I say that to myself all the time.
and
You have
that's
to.
like,
It's like
and,
you have to humble yourself.
yeah,
a little bit.
and you know, people will come up to you after a show, or they hit you up on social media, or like, you know, they tell you supportive things, people tell you bad things, and I'm just like, you know what? My ego doesn't need to play into this. It should just be me having fun, and until I don't have fun, like once I stop having fun, then I'll just stop doing it. You know, it's just one of those things, and whatever comes with it is, it's like skateboarding. You know, I skate because it's fun. You know, I'm not out there just jumping 20 stairs and doing rails. You know what I mean? But like, I'm out there riding, enjoying myself, and whenever it stops being fun, I'll stop skating. But yeah, I like to remind myself that I'm nobody, and just keep that doing what I'm doing and have fun with the people in the room. But if stand up does open that door, I would love to explore things. But man, there's nothing better than getting up on stage and talking to people and just letting them into your thoughts and mind. I would love to write. I would love to write sketches, write skits, maybe act a little bit. But I guarantee you, it's like, I don't think I'll ever stop doing stand up now. Yeah. Whether even if I take a long break, I'll come back to it, because there's just no better feeling than
and I can relate to that. I can relate to that. Like for me as an MC, like I've done a lot of events, and you know, I don't have any type of script, but I have a structure and a timeline and to kind of run through a night. Yeah. And I'm able to kind of showcase a little bit of, you know, myself, you know, and my energy and all that, but to an extent, there is an MC role. There is like a professionalism and a like presence that you have to give, on the event.
You have to throw on a personality.
Right, and obviously you can't tell every person, you know, especially if it's like some Indian uncle, auntie, whatever, like you can't tell every person like how you feel about him. Like you have to be diplomatic and handle it. So I used stand-up has kind of been like, I was waiting to do it, and I graduated from Second City doing improv, and I did some open mics then. But like I went in purposely to fail. Like I went in purposely to like just see what my brain can do in 5 minutes, like with nothing planned.
That's a terrible idea.
It was all 6 times was terrible. Like I would get a few laughs here and there and shit, but it was terrible. But like,
dude, that's scary. I couldn't imagine, bro.
But I wanted to also. I wanted to take that big demon out. Like I wanted to face that demon right away. You wanted
to face your ego right there. Yeah,
because it's
pride,
like
that shame all hits at once.
Because that's like the number one thing you hear from like a lot of comedians that like make it and shit, is that they talk about that journey and how like you are going to bomb, right? Yep. Like, and everyone either they kill it the first time and then they bomb the next 10, or they bomb the first 10 and then they kill it on the 10th, whatever their story is. But they always bomb, and it's kind of like, I wanted to embrace that like non-reaction, that like, you know, at a reception, I'm getting nothing but reception. Like I'm getting people, I'm receiving the energy in front of me in those crowds. Yeah. Because it's a celebration. But stand-up is the only really true art form that like you know exactly in live how they feel about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people will really let you know if you're good or not, or if they like it. Not even good. I shouldn't even say that. People will let you know if they like you or not. And there's some people who are just like,
that's a good way.
They'll just be like, yeah, dude, I'm just really not messing with your stuff, and you're like, yeah, that's fine, you know.
How many times have you seen a comedian that was good, but you just did not like that comedian?
Oh, dude, I've met people, great, hilarious comedians, great, like in conversation, they're like super dope, but then like when they go up on stage, it's just something different. You're like, it's not that it's not funny. It's just like, I'm not used to that type of style or act, so I'm just like, or maybe it's just more of like maybe it's a political act, or maybe it's you know, something that has to do with one specific, and I'm just not educated on it, so I'm just like, it's not that it's not good, I just don't get it, so I just kick it and I just watch it.
I think I'm talking more about like you met the person and like in real life they're a dick, and then but they go on stage and they can rip like they do comedy. But it's like you don't like that motherfucker, but he is funny and he's good.
That just recent that just happened. I'm not gonna lie. That experience just happened. Yeah, and it was dope. I'm not gonna say his name because that's not cool, but like.
But it wasn't him.
I was hosting this show and I came up there and the guy was basically I was trying to get introduced to the headliner, and the guy was like, "Hey, this is my boy Kevin. Want to introduce you. He's gonna be your host tonight." And he was like, "I don't give a fuck." Just looked straight at my face and goes, "I don't give a fuck." And I was like, "Yo," I just stood there just perplexed. I was like, "Huh."
Right?
I was like, "All right. Okay, yeah," but then I was so stunned that I just couldn't move. I just stood there and I was like, damn. I was like, that's really how the game go, huh?
Yeah.
And then I go, anyways, so what's your name? And he was like, and then he tells me his name and I go, is there anything you'd like for me to say about, you? And
Other than you're a dick?
Yeah. And I was like, because I'm about to mispronounce
I would probably
the
said
fuck
that.
out of it.
As me as a host, I'd be like, other than telling everyone that you're an asshole before you go on stage, is there any other accolades? Would you like me to present?
He tells me his things, and I was like, he was like, he goes, I was kidding, man. I go, yeah. Trust me, I know you're kidding. I was like, you're a comedian. This is what we do. And he goes, all right, cool, because I didn't want that to make you angry or anything. I go, it definitely didn't make me angry, but
I have a feeling. Did we meet this dude at TK's?
No.
Okay.
You don't know.
Okay.
No, it's just a random ordeal. And he was like, I was just kidding, right? And I go, yeah, obviously we're joking around because we're comedians. I go, but don't think I enjoyed that. I was like that. I go, that definitely turned me off a little bit. And then he was like, but I'm joking. I go, yeah, we are, but
first
at the
impression,
same time,
it's like,
dude. Yeah. After that, right? After that, I was thinking, like whatever. He's a busy comedian. He's probably just not having a good night. I'm sure it's whatever. Definitely not the best first interaction, but whatever. And then he goes up on stage and just murders for 45 minutes. Just murders, like literally, like the best crowd work I've ever seen. Some of the best, quickest wit, like. Crushed it, like, and that's the most douchiest stereotypical like comedian talk. Oh, bro, he just walked in and crushed the red room dog.
As long as you ain't bombing, it's compliment.
But he was just it was such a spectacle to watch. I was genuinely impressed, and I was sitting back like taking notes. I was like, damn, this dude's schooling us right now. That's what it's called, man. And I was like, and it was super dope. And I'm like, sure, attitude. Probably like a 5 or 6, but performance 10, 12.
Yeah, man. But I mean, it's one of those things. That's why, like, I say it so many times in the podcast, but it's like living by these two mantras, like that I live by. One's tanted, and this one's humble as key, like bumble as bee. And so it's like maintaining that. It's kind of like a Bob Marley truth, actually,
Yeah.
But the other one is the game related, and it's entertainment's greatest obstacle is always the individual easing their godliness out. And it's a double acronym for ego. Entertainment's greatest obstacle, easing godliness out. So it's like, I get it. Like, I understand. I think I've been in the game long enough to not only work with individuals that have the clout, what I mean?
That's what it goes back to. We're working with people. We're the nobodies working with somebodies sometimes, or nobodies working with nobodies who think that they're somebodies. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing: is though, like I'm never gonna define something as like, even if somebody's got more clout than me, like that there's somebody and I'm nobody. Like, I'm just saying that I think that we're all nobodies. Like, even no matter how much, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
And you have to kind of treat yourself in every situation. It's just like, it goes a long way to be nice, because it's like, now, bro, you can't do shit without something coming out, even if it's like 10 years when you finally did make your fucking bank.
Guarantee you. I can tell you right now.
I already know that might happen.
There's at least 17 tweets that could come back to haunt me. Just kidding.
That's actually one thing I feel good about, because I've never been big on Twitter. I'm terrible on Twitter.
I've also made some.
So I don't got shit on Twitter.
Yeah, I've been doing so many bad things with voting. Yeah, if that ever came out, I can't run for president.
I'm just worried about my OnlyFans. I just want to make sure that.
Hey, if the FBI's listening to this, I'm just joking about the voting. Please don't show up at my door.
Speaking of government,
I've never voted.
Speaking of government agencies that can kill you, you were also a former Marine.
Yep.
That is always going to be a factoid that, like surprises the shit out of me.
Yeah, I guess. I don't
feel
know.
like
It's
you were probably, you had to have been like, either A, you were stern and serious as fuck and like not how Kevin Deanda is right now, or you were like the goofiest fucking cadet. No?
Nope, dude, I was such an asshole.
So you're in full release mode right now.
Oh, dude,
like,
I was, if you ask a lot of my friends, my genuine friends, because they told me, they will tell you that they did not like me. They thought I was an asshole, egotistical. I was, just a real stern, stuck in the old school ways of hard discipline, I was just a dick, dude.
That's
I was
wild to me.
I was so brainwashed
wild to
by
me.
it, and that's why I try not to be like that anymore. Because
why do you think
a
that
point
was
in time,
though? Was it just like being in the
because
environment?
it made me successful. It made me. I hate to say that, but
in the Marines,
in the
like,
Marine Corps, being cutthroat, being cutthroat to where it's only the strong survive. But I'll never leave someone behind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. I will be the rock 24/7 for whomever, whatever, and it will we will always move forward. We will always take a step forward, never take a step back. We might stop here and there, but we will always move forward. And I disassociated a lot. I forgot. I lost touch with my emotions. I lost touch with empathy, sympathy. I fell into what they wanted me to be, which was a mean fighting machine.
Yeah.
And that's what I was. I was in great shape. I did martial arts all the way up to get all my belts up. I got meritoriously promoted. I was a sergeant in my first enlistment. All that stuff. And I was not very nice, dude, because I was just detached from humanity and everything else. And I just was a superstar stud. But at the same time, nobody liked me because of my attitude. And then I talk about this before with some friends on another podcast, but there was one moment after I'd gotten promoted to corporal where two of my best friends, still to this day, my brothers, pulled me to the side and they were like, either this shit's gonna like stop or we're just gonna either stop talking to you or beat the shit out of you and never respect you. And I was like, go on, tell me more.
That's love.
And they were like, listen, bro, they were like, whoever you are when you're here, we hate that. But whoever you are in the barracks, you're this different guy. You're fun, you're cool, you're nice. But when you get here to work, you're just this fucking crazy military guy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like,
have you always had like a massively competitive nature about you? Like,
I don't know if it's
did you play sports in high school?
Yeah. I played baseball growing up.
Oh, you played baseball?
And then I played
inside of you.
Yeah, I played football in like middle school and high school. I got the shit rocked out of me though. I broke my collarbone twice and I quit. And I was like, fuck that. And I wrestled in high school.
I wrestled in middle school.
Yeah, and then I played volleyball for quite some time on a men's league. Yeah.
So that's where the tush comes from.
Yeah, definitely. That's where the cake comes from. The young boy had hops too, boy.
That volleyball cake.
I wouldn't really say I was competitive. I was more like combative, if anything. Like when I was playing sports, it wasn't like, I'm gonna win this. I was like, if somebody fouls, it gives me an excuse to just swing on one of these fools. You know what I mean? Like I was on the football field, I was looking to earhole somebody, dude. Like I was like blindside somebody. If I'm playing baseball, I'm sliding into base where your feet are. If I'm playing,
so you were always an aggressive player then.
Yeah, too aggressive, too passionate, quote unquote. That's what white parents call it for their kid. You know, Timmy he's too passionate about Fortnite. That's why he punched 3 holes in his wall. It's because he's passionate.
Kevin's not any nicer.
Yeah, dude. So that's what it was. And then it was passion. It was anger issues. Dude.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
I just thought of some juice like you can make in a bit, like if you can find it or whatever. But talking about how you played like volleyball competitively.
Oh yeah, dude.
And so it's like
not a lot of people.
So you could be like, but you can be like, so before I spike it though, you always see this bump, you know. Come on,
dude. People always find it weird when I'm like, yeah, I played volleyball, and they're like, oh, did you wear the little shorts too? I'm like, dude, no. Like nobody, we don't do that. We had shorts.
I wasn't gonna ask that.
Gym shorts.
I was saving that
for
all the people in the past.
Yeah, dude. No, we wore gym shorts. It was tight as fuck. No, not the shorts, but I mean like
spandex.
Yeah, we were cool, man. It was a weird time.
So what do you think was the biggest shift then from you being this like aggressive player, this like hardcore competitive, just like militant nature, like pretty much empathyless. What really changed? Were you with? I gotta ask. So, were you with your or your wife like before you went to the military, or so you met her after?
Yeah, I met her after I got
So
out.
what? So did the change happen before you met her, or
No, dude. Well, there's a few changes, right? I'd say every change comes with. It's like when you change a lock, right? There's pins, right? And when you change a lock to a new key, you have to change every single pin, which means you have to take the lock apart, pull every single pin out, and put a new one in until your new key fits, right? So that's kind of how I think about change. And it started when I got that talk by my boys, you know, when they really pulled me aside at work and they were like, listen, dude, like this isn't jokey joke time. This isn't anything. They're like, we are telling you right now because we love you that you are becoming so unbearable to be around.
Yeah.
And hearing that from people I love, that was the first time I'd really felt that tough love. And I was like, they mean it. And these guys mean everything to me. And if I lose them because of my actions and my attitude, well, then what good am I? You know
that. You know
and
what? That's amazing. I connect with that.
Yeah. So that right there was the first pin, right? And the second pin got exchanged when we went on this deployment and just like a bunch of weird stuff happened. And when you go to foreign countries sometimes.
Where were you at?
We were in Israel, we were in Jordan, we were in Africa, we were in we went through the Mediterranean, a few other places just outside of that.
War zones.
No. It was all chill, man. It was all chill. But like, you know, we go into these places to like train or shoot or, you know, to because we were an artillery unit. So we drop, when I say shoot, I mean drop artillery, not stuff like that. So, you know, you go to these foreign countries, sometimes third world countries, sometimes very dilapidated countries, and you just see weird things on their life. You know what I'm saying? And that'll change your perspective on what you should be grateful for. Like, I'm grateful that my meal is not going to come out of the trash tonight. For some other people, that's all they got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, and then a few things happened where, you know, you kind of just. It was this milk incident. We'll call it that. Well, it was a milk incident. We were in Africa.
What kind of milk?
And, it was just fucking carton box milk, dude. Warm as shit because it's been sitting on the beach all day in Africa. And we were like, we're going to help these guys out. We're going to do blah, 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 whatever. Yeah. We're leaving. And I'm like, we haven't done anything. Like, all we've done is set up camp and then leave. I was like, oh, we also like, well, yeah, I can't really talk about all that other stuff, but some other stuff happened there. And I was like, we haven't done anything. I was like, we've just been kind of just posted up here while all this weird shit happens. And then now it's like, it's time to go. And I'm like, what did we do? Like, we were just here. So, and then what? And then, you know, one of the officers was like, I was like, what are we going to do with all this milk? Cause we had like fucking boxes of boxed milk. And I was like, what are we gonna do with this? He goes, we're gonna give it to the people. And I was like, that's what we're doing. And he's like, yep, that's for them. And I was like,
butter or cheese.
I was like, bro, you're gonna give cartoned milk, hot carton milk to a village in Africa? I was like, where does that?
They're gonna make butter,
bro. That shit is gonna be churned and nasty. And I was like, that's
all you got to do is churn it,
dude.
And you make that butter.
And I was like, we left that country, and I was like, that was so stupid. I was like, that was so stupid and pointless. I was like, so stupid and pointless, and we just like some people got fucked up over there, you know what I mean? And I was like, for what? That was so stupid. And then I came back, and I was like, yeah, that's dumb as shit. I don't want to do that anymore. And then the last pin happened. Well, no, I'd say the second one.
Wait, hold on. This whole milk carton story on the beach,
bro. Yeah,
is a pin that changed.
Yeah, because it made me realize. Let me explain deeper, right? So what it made me realize, right?
Oh, like because this is what we're doing. This is why I'm out here.
Because I was a corporal, and this was my officer being like, "Hey, trust me, we're doing something good by leaving this carton milk on this fucking beach, this hot ass beach." In Africa.
I know
a beach in Africa.
This is like a deep moment, but this is also kind of hilarious.
No, because I'm looking at it from this perspective. I go, we have done nothing here but fuck some shit up. Fucked probably a couple people up. And like, and we're just leaving them with hot milk. And I was like, is that what you consider good? Is this what winning is? Is this what helping is? Is this what foreign aid is? I was like, what the fuck are we doing here? And I was like, this just shows me that all that propaganda, all that be all you can be, army strong, fucking the few, the proud, it's all nonsense. We're just occupying some land sometimes. We go in there and we're like, guess what, bitch? This place is ours for the next week. You can go somewhere else. And then they're like, oh, but this is my house. And you're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if you sleep here forever and you live here. We're going to
know
take
that,
over
You
it.
know damn well that shit would not fly over here.
Yeah,
you
dude,
know,
imagine
like,
somebody pulling up to your crib and being like, hey, get the fuck out.
this is mine now.
Yeah,
I am
like,
the captain
yeah,
now.
Dude, and we were like, dude, I remember we were in this like blown to shit house that had graffiti all over it, and this lady comes in and she's like, this is my house. And we were like, I don't know what you want us to do. And she's like, get out of my house. Dude, there was no roof on this thing, but it was like her only shelter. And she was like, get out of my house.
Someone's
and, like,
space is someone's space.
People were like, dude, we had to get like security to be like, nope, go, get out. This is ours for right now. And I was like, ain't that some shit?
That's
I
some
was
shit,
like,
bro.
I was like, ain't that some
See,
shit?
that's wild, man. That's a whole nother like level, and I think that brings a lot of humility because, especially a lot of people who don't travel really outside the world. I mean, I've seen some shit in India.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, India's definitely.
But like you having though that mental experience, you're able to bring so much back into your heart and your spirit. So,
yeah, most definitely. And don't get me wrong, it changed me for the better because it definitely gave me a different picture. But it also changed me, I would say, not for the worse, but it changed my image of what the military does or is doing. Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to be a part of it. Like, sure, these guys are cool, but they ain't the friends I want to keep hanging out with. You know what I mean? And by friends, I mean like the military. All my homies that are in there, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them, still locked down in a pen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Insider Cloth is an innovative application to bring more clarity to all your everyday glass, screens, and professional lenses where you don't have to worry about forgetting that microfiber cloth to get the job done. Insider Cloth is an iron-based microfiber cloth to apply to any of your clothes or professional wear, which resides on the inside of your shirt. General Fabrics create microabrasions to glass surfaces, and over time can reduce the clarity or visibility to your glasses, cell phone, or other glass product or screens. Super easy to apply and can be added to the inside of your common wear or even the specialty wear like men's ties or your pocket square. Go to insidercloth.com and apply the promo code DIACloth. That's DIACLOTH to get 10% off your next order. This is the last time you will ever forget your microfiber cloth. And we're back, y'all. We just took a little small break, but man, this has been deep. We just took a small break and we went into some really deep bro-versations.
Yeah, just broed out.
Broservations.
Broservation.
But listen, man, I gotta give you proper roses, dude, because obviously I've never come from a military family. I mean, there's just not that many Indians in the military in general.
Yeah, dude, I've met a couple. They're fucking crazy. Those guys get down.
they were meant for this shit.
Yeah, dude.
But I got to give you roses because you know what? Thank you so much for sharing so much of the stories on pod and off pod. But
definitely.
Seeing you in these open mic settings and stuff like that, as when George came up to me, he's like, "What do you think about Kevin? Should he be the next inductee?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm surprised he didn't fucking make it before me." I was
Yeah, dude.
I was like, "You saw dollar signs with my ass, bro." But
dude.
Kevin, I'm surprised you haven't put him in way before me. But either way, man, to hear what you came through, and which is something that most human beings could ever fathom some of the experiences in some of the parts of the world you've been in.
Yeah.
Let alone a lot of these unbelievable situations that you can't help but carry with you forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But who you are right now, who you are today, who you are of who I've met is not somebody that I've seen has carried that shit and and has actually projected his best organic self. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I definitely I appreciate that, first of all, and second, it's a give and take thing, and it's really interesting. it's an interesting dynamic amongst friends because new friends are like, man, that's great. I mean, obviously I have my struggles. I'm not saying like, oh, all my friends think I'm a great person. No, I'm saying like, I mean, like they're like, yeah, it's a normal person who's my friend. Yeah, that's like their general observation. They're like, this is a normal guy. And like my military friends are like, look at this soft ass motherfucker. Look at you fucking fat piece of shit. You probably have zero discipline. You're waking up late, walking around with your hair all long and fucking not shaving your face. And I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, cause life.
Do you have to shave? Because I feel like
in the military. Like in general.
I don't know.
Dude, I didn't have to shave.
I'm just seeing like I feel like you have a natural baby face.
Oh yeah, dude. I do. I don't have a lot of facial hair, so it came in clutch to where I didn't have to like shave every single day. But yeah, dude, people see it differently. Like my military friends will look at me and be like, "Man, you got soft," and then like other people look at me like, "Yeah, you're just a normal person." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks." Like that's what I was going for. That's what. Yeah, man. It's different. I think I really had to drop a few things from there. But I definitely kept a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Well, I think I mean, again, we talked about that self-awareness, but you dropped a lot of those negative, habitual type of perceptions, and you kept the good parts. And I think that's what I'm seeing right now. I'm not seeing like I mean, obviously, Kevin in the works is always going to be this ongoing process, but I'm seeing a big leap to who you have described, you know, like well before, you know, you even decided maybe even considering comedy probably as an avenue. One thing I want to touch on. So like, when were you out of the Marines? Cause you're 26.
Yeah, I'm 26. I got out September 14th, 2019. Yeah. So I've been out now for like,
2019.
Yeah. I've been out for like 3 years now.
And when did you meet your lady wife, your
met
future
her,
mother
actually.
of your child?
I met her
because Kevin is gonna have a baby, y'all.
Yeah, man. I met her while I was in the military. I was on leave real early in my career. I was on leave, hanging out with some of the homies. Posted
Are you originally from Dallas?
Yeah. I was born here in Dallas, and I grew up in a couple different cities and a state. I went to Michigan for a little bit, but came back here to live it out. And I was just back in town hanging with my homie. Posted a thirst trap on Instagram. Just got a fucking DM, and she was all talking to me like,
she messaged you.
She hit me up, and then we started talking. And before I left, I was like, yo, like, let me get your number. Let me like see what's up.
So you were going on a deployment before when?
I wasn't about to deploy. I was just getting ready to just go back, and then I would end up deploying like a year later.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, we need to meet up for New Year's and hang out. Give me your number. And she was like, I don't give out my number. And then we just stopped talking for like 3 years. And then she just never talked to me again. And I was like, that was sick. I was like, super cool. And, you know, I just forgot about it. And I was kind of like, whatever. And then, yeah, one day after I'd gotten out of the military, I was in a relationship for like 2 months maybe after I got out. I mean, I got into a relationship while I was in. And when I got out, it only lasted about 2 months. And then I think like following into the new year, we just reconnected, and she was like
in person or
no, I told her like she hit me up and she was like trying to talk to me. I go, yo, like I don't want to talk to you.
I'll remember you.
Yeah, and I was like straight up, I was like, listen, I'm not trying to like do all this. If I'm like, I was like, can I get your phone number now?
Yeah.
I was like, don't, you know. And she gave me your phone number, and I was like, damn, it took 3 years to get.
Maybe
that.
she realized in that time she's like, fuck, I should stop playing this game.
And then from there we just met each other in person because we had never met each other in person before that, and then we met each other in person. The rest, dude, just
history.
Yeah, it's history right there.
That's love. And so this was what, 2018, 2019? Then you guys like started things
early 2020.
Oh, early 20.
Yeah,
so it is
like
fairly
January,
fresh.
February,
you guys,
yeah.
So you guys, then when did you guys get married? Last year?
This year, April.
Oh shit!
April 9th. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've been doing comedy as long as I've been married. I literally did comedy 1 week after I got married. I don't know why I chose to do it after I got married, but I was like,
I know why.
I was like, fuck it, let's go.
And be like, this is a whole new relationship dynamic for me and energy that I'm not used to. I need to talk about some shit.
Yeah, and she was She's very supportive.
She's she's very supportive, man. That
she's
was
the
off the
best.
jump because it's only now.
Yeah.
It's only now that she's carrying life within her that like she's not showing up on these like weekday nights and stuff like
sometimes
that.
she's not coming through
But
anymore.
she was man consistent almost
dude,
every
she-
single
she,
show.
She never missed a show. She never missed an open mic. She never
I was
missed
a
show.
hater. I was like, I'm in this long distance relationship
Yeah,
and shit
dude,
I got to
she's-
deal with, bro. I mean, and I know my girl wants to come with me, and she would definitely be. She'd be
Yeah,
like,
bring her, dude.
No, I mean, she's here. She's
Yeah.
not here. When she's finally here,
Yeah.
she'll be definitely coming
Yeah, dude,
through.
that's what I'm saying.
You know,
Like-
because she got a 14-year-old son, so you're like, hey, I mean, you watching the kids, you know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, baby said this. Well, I got to run a tight 5.
Yeah,
Hold up.
we be back.
Yeah, dude. I think it's great, you know. And the funny thing is she's picking up on stuff, you know. Like when you're around, it's like if you draw with a bunch of artists all day, you're probably gonna get better, you know, or you might pick up some of their habits, you know.
Oh,
It's
like I'm talking about in comedy?
oh, dude, she is throwing material at me. Like she, obviously, I've always thought she was funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it was sometimes how bad the jokes were that made them so funny and made me love them so much. But now, like she just sits in comedy clubs with me all day, every day.
Yeah.
You know, she's watching these comedians. She knows some of these people's material.
That's fucking dope.
And then she's like, she'll like say something. Like I remember we were driving. She just said some crazy off the wall shit about old people, and I was like, yo, I was like, that's hilarious.
I'm
I was
glad that
like,
we're married.
Yeah.
That's good.
I was like, that's crazy. And like she'll say some stuff where I'm like, that's actually really that's like a well structured joke.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and she's
yeah.
like,
But she wouldn't get
yeah.
on. She would. You don't think she'd get on
No,
stage?
absolutely not. She does. She's not into that. She always jokes about it. But
I mean, you know
she'll
what?
never
Here's
do
the
it.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
she don't have to do comedy, obviously, right? Like, you're not gonna force her and be like, no, but babe, you're so good. You know,
Yeah,
like,
God, no.
you know,
Yeah.
like, you know, let her be comfortable. But
would never lie to her
I
like
would
that.
challenge her. And what's your wife's name?
Aurora.
Aurora.
Yeah.
I would have never fucking guessed that.
How long have you known me? Did
I
you
would
just
loan
now
you-
figure out my wife's name?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, Kevin. I thought her name was Diana for a minute, and maybe because.
right. Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, mister,
Nope,
stop!
nope.
I'm being real. I'm being honest.
Diana?
I thought it was Diana, and I think the reason why is because your last name is Deanda.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I was like, oh man, because when I knew your last name, I'm like, oh man, listen, your name rings better now.
Oh, God, fuck no, dude. Fuck no.
You know, but okay, so Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora.
Very beautiful.
Yeah,
It's a
she's
very
great.
beautiful name.
She's
Aurora,
neat.
I challenge you, do it once. I would just do it once. 5 minutes, do it
I
once.
told her 3 minutes, and I'll write the set.
Why didn't
for
you go to Backdoor?
Right.
You know? Which, it's funny story for Backdoor. The last time I saw you at Backdoor and stuff like that.
Bro, I don't even want to. Should we talk about backdoor comedy right now? Do you think that'll ruin my fucking image?
Well, I'm just
If
going
we
to
talk
preface and
about-
say I have no problems with Backdoor. You know, I
don't
understand.
have any problems with
I
Backdoor.
understand every comedy club has to work off. You know, there's certain.
Yo, can you
know,
actually? I actually want to talk about this. Can you edit and bleep out the name of the comedy club we're talking about?
No, I don't want to work that hard on my edits.
Okay,
and
never
shit.
mind then.
No, it's fine. No, let's talk about it.
No, because if you're not going to bleep it out, I don't want to.
We
say
heard
my
what
real
you said on the Metro Icon podcast with
Yes,
Shawn
actually,
Kay.
100%. That's exactly what's going to happen. Someone's going to come up and be like, "Yo, why'd you say this shit about this? Yo,
Listen,
what?" And I'm
like,
gonna
but
be like,
here's the thing. I think every comedy club understands that they're going to have annoyed
"Hey, I'm
comics,
not
right?
talking about this. Nope.
No,
Nope.
I'll find that. I'll talk about it.
All
You
right,
just go
yeah.
ahead and just peep in when you want. but it's a real conversation. We have no problems with these comedy clubs, especially if they're willing to, we're able to work in. But I also understand that there's a lot of politics, and I've talked to a lot of comedians
Oh, yeah.
even on this. There's
That's
a
definitely
fuck ton of
political,
politics
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I heard about Plano House of Comedy that there's a lot of politics with their. I've only been there once. Yeah, I only been there once. But yeah, I did the lottery, and it was like 3 comedians. But it's like I hear from multiple comedians when they're like, it's just the same dudes they keep calling up. How did they keep randomly drawing the same guys to go up? So I can't speak on like their weekly tendencies if really that's how it's being like rigged or whatever. But I saw that first experience, and I'm just hearing the same mutual story from other comedians. So just like, okay, so it's like I'm more driven to the places that I'm like, okay, I'm this is where I know I'll get time, or this is a place I know I'll get more time,
Yeah.
And so, but the last time I saw you at Backdoor, and Backdoor has been pretty
comment.
busy. It has been pretty busy. That was the first time that I've ever seen your ass mad.
All right. Well, here's the problem. All right. All right.
Talk about it,
Kevin.
Kevin.
No problem. All right. There's
Talk
no
about it, Kevin.
Bro, these motherfuckers, right? All right. Hold up. And it's not this, right? And because it's not the hold on. At first, it wasn't the people who run the club. That's not it. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
definitely not.
That's not the issue, right? The problem I felt when I was in that club was that there was a ruling authoritative hand that was openly telling you that they're doing politics. Like you're gonna get bumped. Mm-hmm. Somebody was like, "Oh, that guy just doesn't like new people," and I was like, "Seriously?" Like, I remember I walked in and I was like, "Hey, I'm here before everybody. I'd like to, I called in, said throw my name down a few days ago. I'd like to say, hey, I'm here." And I'm second to last on the list. And I was like, that's interesting. And I was like, that's weird. But then hold on. Hold on. Easy. That comes in later, right?
Easy,
hold on. So that happens. And I'm like, you know what? That's pretty interesting. I go, you know what? That's fine. Because I've been bumped before. I hate being bumped. I hate being bumped. And I've been like, dude,
Which your fine was like, I would look at you, I'm like, yo, Kevin, you're good? I'm fine. I'm good.
I've been so deliberately bumped in my face. Dude, I remember I've been bumped like 4 spots in one sitting. Like this dude had 4 people walk in and they're like, hey, they're going to just piggyback off each other and we'll get you up last. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then like the second comic in, the whole crowd leaves and I'm like, well, I go, oh, that's it. I go, that's cool. Guess I get to perform to the 3 comedians in here, like instead of.
Which we've all been there, Kevin.
Oh, dude, 100%.
We've all been there.
Yeah, dude. And I'm not saying I need like a crowd or whatever, but like when you're about to go up and you see a crowd, you're like, finally, real people.
Well, you want to work out your material and you need a crowd to do
like,
that.
Yeah, and then like that happens and you're like, well, that's a bummer, but it is what it is. And yeah, I just remember I came up and I said, hey, I'm not on the list. Hey, I don't see my name on the list. And the guy was like, okay. And I was like, I signed up. I want to let you know my name's not on the list. Like, am I going on? And he was like, what's your name? And I was like, Kevin Deanda. And the board said Kevin Nieto. Whoever the fuck that is.
I know Marissa Nieto.
Yeah, I don't know who Kevin Nieto is. And I goes, and the guy points at it, goes, your name's right there. And I go, that's not my name. It's Kevin Deanda. And he goes, well, that's the best I'm going to do. And I go, seriously?
Ooh.
And then luckily I had another cool comedian who was on the side like, yo, change his name to Deanda. And I was like, thank you. I was like, thanks, big bro. Like, yeah. And he goes, oh, fine. And then he goes up and he just changes the N to a D. So now it's Kevin Deato. And I'm like, yo. I'm like, dog.
The disrespect.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, dog.
Put some respect on my name,
bro.
cuz.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll get mad at that. I get mad at that.
Spell my shit correctly.
You know what? And so that's not on the comedy club. So I think that's that's a valid point to bring up.
It was just
like no comedy club should be operating like that.
No. And it wasn't. I don't even think it was an employee. I think it was just another comic who was operating the
front door. Check in.
Yeah. It wasn't even like a fucking staff
but
employee.
Again, it's like that is where the comedy club has to step up to see who's representing them on these nights.
Yeah.
Because it's like a comedian is only as good as his reputation to the work that he's going to get. But that goes back, both ways, especially for comedy. Like you're a club, you're a bar, comedy clubs as is like. You need to fill them seats because you're not open all day. And you don't got takeout and delivery,
It was like, so he finally fixes my name, and I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, so not only did I just go through this whole disrespectful name debacle, right? But also I was the first one to check in, and I got put second to last. And I was like, that's crazy. I was like, whatever. And then I was upset about that. And then that's when somebody came up to me like, oh, don't worry. He does that to all the new people. And I'm like, that right there is a huge problem. Yeah. And I was like, the fact that comedian, I even told the comedian, I was like, the fact that you're just telling me this so calmly and okay with it. Yeah. I'm like, that's a problem. I was like, we should be.
Who hurt you?
Yeah. I'm like, yo, I'm like, why are you okay with that? Yeah. I'm like, you think that's cool to just gatekeep like that?
Yeah.
I was like, bro. I was like, yo, listen, look. I already told you before, I don't think I'm hot shit, but bro.
This is, you know what?
Homeboy's tossing fucking shit turds on fucking
I would be
stage.
mad too. But
And you know what I'm saying? He disrespecting people. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You can't do that. Like,
can I tell you what your problem is, though?
What?
You know what your problem is? You have a weapon and you're not using it. Okay.
I don't like talking. I don't like starting shit.
No. You don't have to. This is what I'm talking about. This is a silent weapon, bro. I'm talking about like you put in like multiple silencers on this fucking cannon, and you have this, and you don't even know you have it. So your problem is your eyes are too soft.
What the fuck does that mean?
you like Puss in Boots, like with like the
bro,
cute you got two. Hold on, listen.
Bro,
you got cute adorable eyes.
Me, bro.
Here's the problem, Kevin, because you a man who's seen some shit, and you can very easily give that killer stare, and you ain't giving. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta say nothing. You don't gotta say nothing,
Kevin.
I
don't want to be that guy that's like,
no, you gotta put that light out, dog. Yo.
No, but anyways, listen.
What you mean?
No, hold up. So all that shit happens, right? And I'm like, yo, homeboy was fucking tossing turds on stage, and he's gonna be fucking disrespectful to other comedians. I was like, whatever, bro. I was like, I don't even care. I'm not here to, because that's the thing. I don't hate on anybody's comedy because we all have our own shit. Everyone's funny in their own right. That's why I laugh at every. I don't hate on no comedians. But what happens is this club, right? I haven't mentioned the club's name not one time, so it could be any club.
Backdoor, right? You're talking about Backdoor?
I haven't mentioned any club name. So
is this a different spot than the previous store?
I'm at this club that does 3 minutes only clean, right? I haven't said any names. Anyways, so what I saw, which I see a lot of times in clubs, and this is me, and I guarantee you there are going to be people who are like seasoned and in the system who are like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, this guy's too young. He doesn't know. He hasn't been in the game. He hasn't paid his dues. Yep, fuck you guys. I don't care. So like the thing is,
don't worry,
like,
man. I say fuck you guys too, because I mean,
guys,
and even for
dude,
me,
if you're funny, you're funny. If you're not, you're not. Time in service means nothing. There are idiots who are being paid millions of dollars for someone who could probably learn it in 3 months and fucking. Not saying that comedy doesn't need to take time, because you definitely need time to perfect your voice and shit, but all that gatekeeping, jerking each other, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, it's just, dude, when some individuals have that slight ounce of slight iota of power, they're going to try and utilize it because they think that it will somehow bring relevance or credibility to their name, right?
And you're like, dude, that's nonsense.
But here's the thing, right, is that you'll always remember that motherfucking dude, and that's the negative memory you're going to hold.
Oh, yeah.
And so here, it's funny because it's like,
dude,
I've had those situations happen, and then they see me in the Facebook group chats, and then like other comedians are following me and all that kind of stuff, and then I have my own shows, and then I'm getting put on shows or whatever, and then the next time they come up to me and they're like, "Oh man, so I see you you doing some things, but like if you ever need a comedian," I'm like, yeah, bro.
No, yeah. And I think what like happened was, so this club's a clean club, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't say fuck, you can't say shit, cock, suck, this, tits,
in like
bitch.
major sexual situations.
Yes, and you can't talk about sexual, explicit content. Saw a couple comedians.
Wait, what else can't you say? Like what else? What I mean, other than the ones that you listed, what else?
There's a bunch.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
But anyways, this one comedian walks up. Not gonna mention his name, but he's a fucking G. To the fucking, from the feet to the dude, from head to toe, this dude's a fucking G. He walks on stage and is like, fuck this place. This place sucks. I hate this place. It's a piece of shit. And then everyone's like, like just gasping in the crowd. And then he goes, yeah, I don't give a shit. What are they going to do to me? And I was like, damn. I was like, okay, so maybe people can cuss and do stuff. I was like, I thought this was a clean club. Anyways, second comedian before me goes up, and he's talking about, like, he's bending over, he's spreading his butt cheeks, he's talking about getting fucked and sucking dick, and I'm like, okay, like, what's going down? Like, I thought it was cool. Then this one comedian goes up, he makes a Kobe Bryant joke. They cut his mic 30 seconds into his set and say, wrong joke, pal, get off stage. And they pulled his mic for a Kobe Bryant joke that had nothing to do with sex. He did not cuss. He did not say shit. And they pulled his mic and silenced him. And I was like, this is outrageous.
Yeah.
I was like, that is crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
regardless, it's hard to make
so hypocritical, dude.
If it,
And
especially,
actually, I don't even know why I'm tripping. I was standing in that room, and I was like, this whole club is shit. And I'm pretty sure the owner turned around and looked at me, and I was like, I was like, yeah, this place, you agree this place is shit or what? And she was like, I own this place. And I was like, yeah.
I would be shocked if that particular club became any type of franchise or even opened a second location.
I don't know which club you're talking about. So.
Like it's one thing.
It's hypocritical. Dude.
Yeah, it is. It's extremely hypocritical because it's. Here's the thing: is like it's one thing to be clean, but sometimes it's like you can't just be filtering substance just because you don't like it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And again, it's like comedy is subjective, and so ultimately you're trying to find the material that you think can reach wider audiences.
I just don't get clean clubs like that. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I know that there is a thing of clean comedy. But I don't understand a clean club and then doing like, and then just like forcing your hand into that. Like you know you have so much control. This man didn't cuss, didn't bring up sex, didn't do anything. You cut him for a Kobe joke. The last dude talked about sucking.
Did he even hit the punchline?
Yeah, it was hilarious. And I was like, bruh, and like. They just cut his mic. Wrong joke, pal. I'm like, what do you mean wrong joke? The last guy just said he wanted to sit on his sister's dick, and you're over here like, hey, good job, pal. Good set. Fucking give me some, get the fuck out of here. Doesn't make any sense. It was really obscure and absurd. Excuse me. It was so absurd, and I was just like,
Probably obscure too.
And
like,
it's so, dude, like it's Fox News, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? They pick and choose what they want to hear, what they want to show.
Well, Fox News always operates out their back doors, so...
Wrong. Clip that shit. Yeah.
So, I mean, again, and so I think through our journey, I mean, even aside from the clubs that we end up performing, whether it's a mic or a show, like around DFW, like I feel like we're always going to come across those clubs... operating by those like certain individuals
gatekeepers
that want to essentially like filter the art form to their own definition.
To their own definition.
Yeah,
that's all they care about.
And so again, it's just kind of like, you and I take it like our interaction, right? You've met a good amount of comedians. I've met a good amount of comedians.
Yeah.
I'm not going to invite every motherfucker out
dude.
You're not going to like send music and be like, yo, this is some of my tracks that I've like read. By the way, the motherfucking can flow.
Oh yeah, I rap.
Yeah, he does rap. He does rap. We might go into that a little bit.
Can I talk about something else that's just been bugging me? I haven't said this shit on.
Hold on.
You got me all
Let
wound
me
up.
finish my thought, man. We gonna take take another break.
Hold on, bro. Let me talk about this before the break, bro.
Now I forgot my thought anyway. Kevin,
fuck.
go.
I'm sorry. Listen, here's another thing. Gatekeeping is like one thing I hate, one thing I don't like. Which is okay because it's comedy and everyone's opened up to some shit. Everyone's a target.
They're troll-like feet.
I don't like it when other comedians diss other comedians on stage. Like, I've been a part of shows.
Unless you personally know them and have that relationship with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you hop up on stage, right, and you're like, yo, why the fuck does Kevin look like Tucker Carlson? Like, that shit's funny. Because I'm like, I know you. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you know that I know that I look like Tucker Carlson. So you're like, I'm about to flame this fool.
No,
but it's like a
so
shout
I
out.
didn't
It's
say
like
it. Yeah,
it's like a,
I didn't say
Eddie
it.
said it.
Yeah, Eddie said it. Eddie said it, and I shouted it out, and I was like, man, ever since I heard that, I can't get that out of my mind.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so, but that's because it's almost like a shout out. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're paying like little homage to your homie, like acknowledging that y'all are cool, right? And the crowd gets it.
Yeah.
I've been on shows and I've been on showcases where the guys come up and they're like, yeah, that thing's been pretty. They'll make a punchline and be like, yeah, that thing's been pretty slow. Like some of these comics punchlines tonight, and the crowd's like, whoa. And I'm like, who are you? What are you? Are you getting paid for tonight? Because this is a showcase.
Yeah.
Where there's 18 people in the crowd.
Right,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
Where's your Netflix special?
Yeah,
Who are you?
Yeah.
What are you? Why
and
are
if
you?
you
Why
had
do you think
that, you wouldn't be here anyway.
Yeah, and I'm like, and you're shitting on me. I was like, we were just at the same open mic last night, and you ate shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and that's the thing. Like, I went up there, I ate shit too. So I'm like, well, shit. You know, I mean, he's kind of right. But at the same
he's
time,
probably been doing it longer than you.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, yo, you're trying to like big bro me. And there was another time I went to this open mic, and the host gets up there and he goes, so you guys are gonna see a lot of comedians today. 80% of them are funny about, no, he goes, 20% of them are funny, about 80% are not. So just get ready for that. And I was like the third to last on the list, and it pissed me off. And every time I see this guy, I was like, you're the reason I hate this shit. I was like, dude, I got up on stage and I was like, yo, to the fucking idiot who said that when we first started, I was like, I love all of you guys. I was like, don't ever listen to that BS. I was like, I just don't get it, man. I'm like, what are you trying to gain from stepping on us?
And there isn't. They're trying to feed a very temporary feeling in their soul that
they're better than us. They're trying to persuade this crowd of 6 fucking people that they're this top dog in this comedy shit.
And we're gonna come back in a second because we brought up Eddie and we're bringing up the situation and we're gonna talk because I'm gonna bring
what situation?
You weren't. I don't think you were there, but I'm gonna tell you about it because it's similar in nature a little bit. But sometimes it's like going into that dark place that you think being that asshole is gonna work for you in the crowd and it totally doesn't. So we'll come back into it in just a second. The Library Bar FTW is the most unique bar and entertainment venue located in downtown Fort Worth, Texas. From its chic library ambience, multi-level beercade gaming space, you can find the most dynamic events and party atmosphere you won't find anywhere else. Check out the Library Bar FTW at 611 Houston Street, right at the center of downtown Fort Worth. All right, yo, so we're back from this break, and we just talked about a little bit of them haters, you know, that we see in the scene and shit. So you brought up Eddie because Eddie
Trevino's fucking hilarious.
Eddie Trevino
Big
is
shout
fucking.
out,
That's
Big
my boy.
Shout out Steady Eddie.
Steady Eddie, bro. He's a good
come
one.
Catch us November 19th.
But let me tell you something.
Classified comedy TKs.
Oh shit, yeah, man. Do the plugs. And I definitely want you to plug your upcoming shows. But Steady Eddie. He's a real one, but he's also a fucking asshole. And so, like, I had such a relationship with him, right?
Yeah, this dude will flame you up. I remember.
He tests me, bro. He'll test me.
You up so quick,
He'll test me. So, like, and this is like off stage. We test each other. But then we were at Will Call, and literally I was hosting the show, and so I went into my like starting set. And it was cool because I got like 7-10 minutes because it's like the host there, right? And then Eddie came on right after me. And then this motherfucker went into a whole tangent about how he fucking hates Indians, right? and he told this story about how he got sold fake jewelry in a casino by like this Indian couple or some shit. And they like turned his skin green. And I'm like, and he's just fucking real, just being like, fucking Indians, man, and like all this kind of shit. Crowd lost. Like they just like we're just like you can't say fucking Indian. Like you can't say you hate Indian. Not more than once. Not more than once in your set.
Having so much fun up
bro.
there.
Like he and it wasn't as many comedians. So like you know the most of them got like the 6-7 minutes. And all. But bro, he was like this is like probably the worst set I've ever seen him and shit. And all it did was give me fuel. So I come back, you know, before I'm like calling up the next comedian, and I'm like. Man, Eddie talking about he fucking hates Indian. He's a dumbass that probably got sold by the Indian couple in a casino. That's the most cliche shit. You think a fucking Indian person's going to fucking let a Mexican come in there and buy real jewelry? They came in there and literally said $400 and he said, I'll give you 30. And they said, okay. And this motherfucker mad? Like, you the dumbass, dude. Like, I'm fucking mad at my people. Fuck you, Eddie, you know? But I got nothing but love. I came off of that. He's like, man, you clapped me back good. Because it's like, that shit didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, this guy's
but that's a real one. You know, like, that's a dude where it's like, you go ahead and clown. But it's like, at least it's coming up, but it's like, there is love there.
Yeah,
you know?
there's love there, dude.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, and the thing is it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Mm-hmm. Whether or not you're being nice, I'm not saying every comedian needs to be a super nice guy, but it's the fact that it's funny. It's classy. You know what I'm saying? Like this, Eddie's a fucking inspiration for me. It's pretty interesting that we're talking about. Eddie was probably the first comedian I saw really tear something up, like, and really flip a room. And I was like, that's actually nuts. And I seen him perform a few times, and I'm like, he was one of those comedians where I watch, I'm like, I want to be like this guy. I want to be like him. And
Eddie will tell you though he's soulless. Like he literally has said the words. He's like, I'm soulless, bro. I don't give a shit. And I'm like, and that I feel like is good to an extent.
No, man, I don't know. I'm not here to say like because I definitely I look up to him.
Yeah,
and I look up to him.
He's
as
a fucking great comedian.
So
for sure.
I'm actually really excited to work with him too. So like it was one thing to work with him once on like the Redfield showcase, and then to hear that he wanted to put me on his show. I was like, damn, that means like a lot. So I'm really excited for that. And yeah, I think it's interesting, man. Like watching other comics just go up there and do shit like that. It's like anything is possible, huh? I was like, dude, I've seen this man take a room that was just so
Did you not know that anything is possible?
Huh?
Did you not know that anything is possible before, Kevin?
No, I didn't know that. And I was like, he showed me the way, and I was like,
look at me.
yeah.
Anything is possible.
I hate that you have that queued up. I hate that that's on your soundboard. But yeah, dude.
You felt it though.
Yeah, that dude is definitely something. I do something interesting, bro. Yeah, I'm actually really stoked to work with him again.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, you've been working with a lot of.
Bring his ass on this podcast.
You've been doing a lot of you've been working with a lot of talented comedians, like on the cards that you've been doing, the shows.
Oh yeah,
you've been
dude.
doing.
I've got to, and I think that's like a really cool thing, man. I've got to work
It
with like
is,
some
man.
super dope like people, and like KT Tatara is fucking dope. Y'all should go check him out, KT Tatara.
I don't think I've seen him
comedian out of LA.
It's like letter. Oh shit.
Yeah, like KT Tatara, Tatara, and Todd Rex. I work with Todd Rex. That dude's fucking a killer. You know, he's got a new special. I'll go check him out.
Last night, I went to Paul Varghese's show. I had him on the podcast as well.
That's super dope. Yeah,
but he became a good friend of mine because me and him come from the same tribe.
Yeah,
and I saw that he was like
same tribe.
Yeah, his.
Are there tribes in India?
It's a turn of phrase. His parents and my parents are from the same state in India, from Kerala, South Indian.
Oh, okay.
Like same type of South Indian. I just say tribe because.
Hey, does a class system really exist?
You know what, man? This is the first time you questioning my hip hop analogies and shit like that.
That's not a hip hop analogy. I'm asking about the culture of India.
Tribe, yo.
No, I'm asking if the classes system exists in India.
Yeah, it fucking exists everywhere, bro. What you mean?
I was like, oh, are y'all from the same tribe or the same class?
No, bro, we're from the same like tribe. Like our parents are from the same like part.
Class?
Same part of. I don't even know. I feel like his family might. I don't know.
Be in the same class?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is that racist?
Is it class? Are you talking about like India's class, or are you talking about?
Excuse me. Am I saying? Excuse me. I'm saying class.
I don't know,
Your
man.
Caste system.
It just sounds like you're
Is it
saying a lot of
caste system?
ignorant ass substance
That's
right now.
That's not ignorance. I'm
you
trying
coming
to,
at this
because
shit
I'm asking you a question. If I was ignorant, I'd be like, "Hey, what's up with that?"
But how you relate tribe to class?
What's up with that caste system?
What you mean by how you relate tribe to
caste
class?
system. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Class or caste?
Caste.
What the fuck is caste?
Caste system.
Caste?
Or is it a class where it's like
I don't know, man.
people
You
are
tell me.
ranked in like there's like
That's
the
class.
So it's class.
Yeah, you talking about class? What the fuck is caste?
I thought it was a caste system.
Man, what the fuck, bro?
So like y'all have like it's kind of like over here where it's like low income, middle income, and then like the 1%.
No, man, like that wasn't even at all to the reference. Like what? Nah, man, like his parents speak the same Indian dialect as my parents. Yeah.
Because they're just from the same area?
Same state. That's a big deal. Did you not hear? Hey, I know Mexico. I know all Mexico don't got different Spanish, but you know that India got different language. You know that, right?
We got different Spanish. We got different strands of Spanish.
Okay, it's like literally difference between saying like porque and porque. Like,
get the fuck out of here. Dude, no, yeah. Some people's Spanglish is like way different. Yeah, no, but that's crazy.
Like I know different like Mexico Spanish and Cuba Spanish and Colombia Spanish. Like that's different Spanish.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
But like that's separated by water and shit. But there's like full on different dialects in India. You know, there's no such thing as an Indian language, right? I had a whole bit about.
Oh
this.
yeah, dude. I didn't.
I mean, you flew out to all the motherfuckers.
Dude, yeah, no, those guys, dude, growing up in fucking West Plano, all my friends were Indian growing up, you know what I mean? Like, all of them.
They do like it there.
Yeah, like, they all, like, they weren't like, oh, yeah, we go home and we speak Indian to each other, you know what I mean? Like, they'll tell us a language that they speak.
White people say, like, so do you go home and just speak Indian?
Yeah, or they go, do you speak Arab? And you're like, bitch, that's so racist.
Yeah,
You're like,
so fucking beyond.
Yeah.
But
and
yeah,
like, what about Farsi?
So,
what about you know, all these other languages that you could possibly be speaking? That no, but I feel you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it caste or class?
I think you were trying to say class because I don't know what the fuck caste is.
A caste system. The caste.
Caste, like CASS.
CAST.
Caste.
The caste system.
Nah.
I feel like someone who's watching this is like, it's caste, and then it's like, all right, whatever.
All right, we about to do this whole like
Can you pull up the internet on
be the
this
poll.
shit?
No. This is gonna be the poll. Is Kevin talking about class or caste? All right. It's like is the dress
Vote in your
blue?
heads
Is the
right now.
is the dress blue or gold? Is Kevin talking about class or caste? I think it's class. He's asking me if
It's caste. CASTE, the caste system, a social structure in which classes are determined by heredity. That's what I'm talking about. You never heard about that in India? Ain't y'all? Ain't that
no,
like,
if they talked about
grew
it,
up in
they
the
didn't
nice-
call it caste. I'll tell you that.
it's where it's like people like, dude, it's even like big in America. Like it's bled over into America to where these people are in these caste systems because they come from a bloodline where they're inherently poor all the time. So they will remain in these low bottom caste systems. And then you have the 1%ers who are super rich. And it even bleeds over here to where they can get great college degrees and go somewhere.
I would say India is like that, yes.
And work in America.
Yeah,
and
India
they'll
is
be
like that.
and if they know that they were a higher caste than that other Indian person, they'll be like,
Yeah.
don't fucking talk.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
And sometimes they honor that, and you're like, that's crazy. Like that's wild. Because if somebody told me don't talk to them like that, I'll be like, bitch, what's up?
You ain't gonna
Yeah,
dictate
yeah. Be like,
me.
I'm gonna say some shit.
So I would agree that yes, India is definitely in a caste system.
Yes.
Are
Are you saying caste or class
I'm saying caste
Okay.
now. To the definition that you just said
of the class system? Yes.
of the caste system.
Yes.
That you just read caste.
Yeah.
So exactly. You can't fucking mind fucking me, bro.
Hey, dude, I'm just trying to learn
You don't
more.
even-
I'm just trying to learn more about
Hey,
you
you know
guys.
what? Build up your killer
I'm
eyes before you
interested,
come
bro.
at me.
I want to learn more about you guys. I'm so interested in your culture.
All right, listen, well,
I actually am. I used to work at an Indian fusion restaurant as a bartender.
you
and
know
a
what?
server.
So you know my parents just moved here to
Shout
Little
out to all
Elm.
my northern Indians.
Oh, you know about that butter chicken, bro? You know
Yeah,
about
boy,
that?
come
No,
on, dog.
come
I be
on.
whipping none in that motherfucker, dude.
But you gotta try
That
my
chicken
but
65, dogs.
South Indian cuisine is different than
Oh,
North
dude,
Indian cuisine.
dude, my
I
man.
mean, listen, bro.
Let's
I'll
fire up the biryani, okay?
biryani.
The biryani,
That's that
okay?
universal
That's
platter.
yeah, that's
They find that you find that everywhere,
Yeah,
you
right.
know.
It's just like chicken tikka masala.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
pal. Yeah.
Yeah, but my parents now live in Little Elm, so like I had my mom made like some chicken curry with this like booty, which is fried. It's
Dude.
like it's a pan oil fried bread.
Wait,
And-
it's like sticky. Is it like that where you pull it, or is it just like fried? Where
no,
it's
it's oil fried,
like, nice.
and so when you eat it fresh, it's the best because then it like bubbles up a little bit. It's a little bit flaky, but it's like soft and crunchy at the same time. There's a shit ton of flavor.
Fuck yeah.
It's delicious, and it's never as good when you heat it up as it is when it's fresh. But chicken curry is like good fucking all the time.
Oh, it's
no
good
matter.
all the time. Just
So,
like
but I brought some back from my roommate Teddy, because he likes Indian food. He'll sometimes order it and shit like that. And
Oh,
so
yeah, it's the best.
He's like, "Have you tried mutton paneer before?" And I'm like, "Bro, you don't even know what mutton is." He's like, "Figured it was chicken." Mutton is goat. Don't let y'all know mutton is goat.
It's goat. And it's got a very distinct taste.
It is. It's got a certain tough texture to it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gamey, dude.
Oh, do you prefer mutton or have you tried duck?
Yes, I've tried duck.
Goat or duck meat?
I would rather have duck.
I would
because
rather- oh, yeah,
is-
duck,
you could-
duck,
Yeah, duck's
for
way
sure.
closer to chicken than fucking
Yeah,
goat
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Goat and lamb both have this very gamey taste to it, to where
Yeah.
it's like you're almost. It's like you can tell you're eating an animal. And
Yeah.
it's like I don't
Weirdly
like it.
too, I think it's kind of like I have a weird attachment to like goats and pigs. I don't mind chickens because I think
What
they're
do you-
dumb,
okay,
and I think
expand on
cows are
that.
dumb. But for
You think cows are dumb?
I think I think cows are dumb. I think pigs are smart, and I think goats
Wait.
are hilarious.
Okay, hold on, time out.
I-
I don't
you know
want to.
how
Hold
many
on, hold on,
scream-
hold on,
hold-
hold on.
you know how many
Wait, wait, wait.
screaming matches
Wait,
I've had with
wait,
goats?
Wait. I need to ask you a question, and this may come off as ignorant or insensitive, but
Are you about to ask me if I eat cow?
no.
Oh.
What I'm saying is, did you in your country or your state of India or wherever you were in India or your family, did they practice a religion? Like, were they religious or were they? Like,
Yeah, very, very much so. It's this thing. I'm not sure if you'll know it because you come from a Hispanic background, but it's called Christianity.
Ah, fuck, this is so bad, dude. Fuck, never mind. We gotta abandon this shit. Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn, this is so
Bitch.
racist. So you were a Christian in India. That's fantastic. I didn't think I was
Kevin,
like, of course.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin. My parents?
Yeah.
They know Jesus too.
Hey. He only reveals himself to those who are ready, you know? He's a great guy.
They stay ready, bro.
Yeah,
I
he's a great guy.
I was born ready, bro. I wasn't converted ready, bro.
You're talking about being from India and doing... Now, don't get me wrong. Like, anybody, and I'm just saying because you're from India, you can't be Christian. Come on, guys, right, guys? But it's just different, you know? I haven't seen that before. I was going to say, because I was like, isn't... you know, I've definitely been around some people where, like, cows are sacred and normally pigs
That's
are
North
like...
India.
Pigs are the dirty animal. And it was just like, you know, you're talking about, like... Yeah, I'm out here, and
it's
then you
because
say,
I have an attachment
that's like saying
to them,
you
though.
a Crip and then coming out in a red jumpsuit.
Shut up.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, this shit don't really add up. You're like,
bro,
man,
come on,
you're
Miller.
like, man, I love pigs and
Get
I
outta
hate
here, bro.
cows, and I'm like, hold up, something ain't white about you. Something ain't white.
You talking about street gangs, bro? You part of a government gang. You better.
Yo, facts though. The fact that I was literally a fucking soldier
You
for
in
the
the
government.
#1 gang, dog. What you mean? You don't know about them streets gangs.
Yeah,
But no, it's more like so yes. To answer your question,
that one's getting
but
clipped.
like it's
Yeah.
more of an emotional attachment to how I see the animals, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, I can't tell you the amount of screaming matches I've had with goats that just made me laugh.
Where are you exposed to goats at? Like, where are you just?
Bro,
like,
I was just exposed to goats and baby goats at the Texas State Fair, bro. I fed them in my hand. What you mean, bro?
So, like,
goats
you're
are
just-
everywhere.
So do you?
And they all speak the same language in every fucking country.
Yeah, I've always thought about that too. If animals could,
They do.
think in
There was
languages.
a science. I definitely seen reports. Well, definitely with dogs,
oh yeah, dogs can
Definitely with dogs.
understand some shit.
but like goats, that shit that in every fucking country, they're just like.
Yeah, dude, we used to get followed by goats and donkeys a lot out in some of those countries. They're just like so common, and we're on
Yeah.
farmlands a lot of the time. Yeah, dude, goats are.
You're trying to get your trail mix in your back pocket,
dude, goats
dude.
are sketch, bro. They'll eat anything. Like you really can't, and they're angry. They're very angry.
I'll tell you what was a cultural trip when it came to animals. when me and my family, last time I went to India, we went up to Delhi and then we went to
Dope.
Agra and I got to see the Taj Mahal.
Oh, that's
but
super
in,
cool.
but like in northern India, right? Like that's where the cows are sacred. So like cows are just walking around the streets with garments all over themselves, just
Word,
like
yeah.
fucking just chilling. Like,
And, yeah,
like,
people-
when they walk, bro, they're like not
Yeah.
walking with stupid purpose. They're just like they know they're untouchable,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But fucking monkeys, that shit is wild because that's real gangs, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
These monkey gangs. But like, dude, I remember like we were walking. This was before we got to the Taj Mahal. I mean, sometimes you get to see the capture monkeys and they're show monkeys and they're just like fucking dancing because the motherfucker.
Isn't that just so fucked up that
It's
we make?
sad,
Isn't
bro.
It so sad? I feel bad
It's
for the
sad.
monkeys that like.
It's sad, and I'll tell you another
Dude,
sad
I
story.
fucking hate that so much.
But like, there's monkeys that fucking run them streets too.
Oh,
man.
yeah, dude,
And
there were
like,
monkeys that
when
were
we're
kidnapping children.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
And then, but like, you know, it was. I remember we were walking. And my mom. I mean, she knows these. She's familiar. You know, she's never. My parents. Funny thing is, like, you know, they're born and raised, and then they only came here back in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
But they were born and raised in South India, but they had never even been to that part of India before.
Oh, word, yeah.
So that was their first time too. But my mom knew the game when it came to these fucking street monkeys and shit. And I remember she was.
I don't like the way that sounds when you say it.
She knew the game with these street monkeys, Kev. And so like, and so she was holding her purse, but I saw her just clench it so tight. And then all of a sudden, you just see my mom get yanked. Like, hella hard.
This gets pulled out of frame.
Hella hard. Bro, these monkeys, 2 monkeys try to square with my mom. And my mom, bro, she didn't fucking back
The monkeys are
down.
probably just picking the fleas like
You
man.
know
They'd be like, "Hey,
you
yo,
would fuck a motherfucker up for
Dude.
trying to start some like
chill
bullshit with your mom,
bro. You ain't gonna find no
But
fucking monkey.
bro, have them be 2 monkeys.
You ain't gonna find no monkey, bro.
You trying to process the situation. You don't even know how to fight.
You
You know what I mean?
disbelief by the fact that a monkey's trying to steal your mom's purse.
Listen, you could try to kick them, but they can literally jump up to your face.
Oh, and they bite, dude.
And they'll bite, claw, scratch,
there-
everything.
There are monkeys that eat other monkeys. Did you know? A lot of
Yo,
monkeys.
they're savage.
Monkeys eat meat.
Yeah, they're savage.
Is that not terrifying?
No, it's super, dude. That's why I was so scared. And this is before I was turned 21.
Dude, I see monkeys.
So I didn't have
eat
enough
other
alcohol to make me
monkeys.
brave. You know what I
the
mean?
hell, bro? And I'm never going on a safari trip. Don't ever think I'm gonna do that. Don't ever think I'm gonna go face to face with a monkey or a silverback gorilla or a cheetah.
Yeah.
Just to look at it. I got Google.
Yeah.
I can definitely just Google.
So-
I want to know what a cheetah looks like. I'll ask Siri.
So listen, this segues into the part that we're always looking for sponsors. But if you're a travel agent that's trying to cater to some of the safari African-based nations and shit like that, you better not sell that shit to Kevin. All right, but I will take you as a
Yeah,
sponsor.
no. If you try to sell me a safari, I'm gonna report you to the FBI
I will
for
tell
animal
you-
endangerment.
I will tell you some
Or
shit.
PETA. PETA will probably deal with you
I
better.
will tell you some shit that I did. It's like an animal excursion type of thing that I did that I regret because my favorite
What,
animal.
did you like kill a fucking giraffe? or
No,
something?
man.
You like one of those rich assholes who's
man.
like,
Hey,
oh,
hey.
dude, there's only like
Bring
3
down-
white-horned rhinos
Listen.
left. I really need one for my
Hey.
mantle.
Hey, you're gonna have to pull back that PTSD real quick. Let me tell this story.
Yeah, dude. You're like, fuck, man. Nothing would be great than an endangered species head on my wall.
No, hell no, I can never do that. No, but like, so
course
my
not,
favorite,
you're not
my-
white.
My favorite animal is elephants, right? And then there was a elephant farm in South India the last time we went, and you get to ride the elephants. And I got to rode the
You
top of
sick
dude, I didn't know. I was ignorant.
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
You didn't know that you
I
were
didn't know I was
just
ignorant.
belittling this.
I thought they
poor
were just
animal.
like, I thought they were just cool with it. Like, to be honest with you, bro, I thought all these elephants were just cool with it. Dog. Listen, after we got done with the ride, right?
Yeah.
There's like maybe 2.5 motherfuckers that can speak some English and shit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm talking to the main elephant trainer who can speak English.
I thought you were about to say I'm talking to the main elephant. Like,
No,
hey, yo,
no,
dog,
no.
is it
I
cool
tried.
Is it cool if I like hop
I
on?
tried. It ignored me right after I got on its back. You know what I mean? But like, no. So I talked to him like, so how do you train these elephants to like allow people to ride them? And he was looking for the words, but finally he said, spirit break.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
spirit it is broken. Break.
Yeah.
No more spirit. That's right.
You ruined their will to live.
And so this is the wild part. So they had baby elephants on this farm.
Yeah.
And they're like the fucking cutest, like little, like they're just little, like they're kids, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then they like will hug you and they're lovable. Like you could tell they just have this sweet-eyed innocence. You just
Yeah.
can't help but love it. It's
And
like
guess
just seeing
what?
a puppy.
And you know what's gonna happen?
They break that motherfucker.
Someone's gonna take that little elephant and they're gonna be like, "You're gonna be
Bro.
my little pet now, and you're gonna
Bro.
make me a bunch of fucking what are
Rupees.
they? Rupees. That's what it is. Yeah. And a bunch of rupees.
I know your ass is gonna say Indian
Because I
pesos.
know they're like, yeah, because they're like, you're gonna make me all this money because one day some bald motherfucker with this thin ass beard is gonna come over here and he's gonna want to ride your back. And guess what? He's gonna pay for 2 of those rides.
I love that you trying to be like this activist, but it comes with a hint of some ignorant ass shit.
I'm like, hey, so is it class or caste system in your fucking country? And you're like, hey, bitch, you know I'm Christian, right?
You're like, hey, yo, Shawn, how do you like contributing to the perpetuity of all these abused animals where you're helping all these motherfuckers make a bunch of Gandhi pesos?
Yeah. It's like so
Well, no.
out of touch for like.
That's so good, dude.
Yeah, dude, I think it's crazy as fuck. Like, and fuck SeaWorld too. While we're at it.
Oh yeah, fuck SeaWorld.
Yeah, bro, I went to see like that's that shit, dude. Yeah, I couldn't fuck with animals like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's why they do those holographic elephants now. I think that's probably the
That
best
is dope.
Yeah.
That is dope. I always had a dream. Too, because my favorite musical is The Greatest Showman.
Who's that?
Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Zac
Yeah, where he has
Efron.
his own. Yeah,
Bro, greatest soundtrack
Yeah.
of any musical.
that. Yeah.
I'm not into musicals, but I did watch that.
I
and
would.
liked
I
it,
would
yeah.
love to put together a stage performance of The Greatest Showman with holographic animals.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
That would be dope. And you streamline it to today's world,
What? So it's
like
current.
recreating the circus.
Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah,
I think that'd be super sick.
I like it, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, musicals. Fuck, buddy. Yeah, that's a tough one.
What kind of movies are you into? Like, would you
dude.
watch like a action war movie?
Oh yeah, dude. I'll watch but only like a couple of them. There's
You ever get triggered?
Fuck no, dude. No, I'm not a fucking.
So you're not that. You don't have it that deep.
No,
you have deep thoughts, but you don't have it
Nah,
like.
dude, I'm not like some fucking crazy war veteran who's like murdered people and all this shit. That's not, dude. The wars, everything was over,
your eyes are way too soft to have seen that
dude,
shit.
like it's just like, I just watch. What triggers, quote unquote, triggers me is the fact that some of the shit's so inaccurate when it talks about like
I
it's
can
not
see
even
that.
like
That's
combat.
Hollywood.
It's like you look at this fool's uniform and it's all fucked up, and you're like, look at this piece of shit. He doesn't even know. And that's what and every military guy will tell you that. They'll be like, look at this fool's medals. Like nobody has that. Nobody wears their medals like that.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you. Would you consider false representation in like Hollywood of the military like stolen valor?
What do you mean? Like,
So you know what stolen valor is, right?
Yeah, I do it all the time. I was never in the military.
What you
I'm
mean?
just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. Of course, I was in the fucking military.
Kevin, when you say stuff like I don't know how to respond.
Show you a picture of me with a gun in my hand.
No. So it's like the homeless guy that's dressed in like a military outfit saying that he was a veteran.
He's a
And
veteran.
then you have somebody in the military like as like, what branch were you in? And you can tell that they're talking bullshit. Like that's stolen valor, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if Hollywood had that military show, movie, whatever, and you see false representation, would you consider that stolen valor?
Fuck no, dude. I just think it's just like anything. It's just like right.
They don't know this shit.
Yeah. I mean, like if they wanted to be good, then they would be like some of these other places, like Lone Survivor. That's a very accurate movie in terms of how they operate,
That is a good movie.
how they talk, how they move, how they shoot. You look at shit like Saving Private Ryan, like the opening scene where it was like severe death and destruction. You're like, that's accurate, you know? And then there's some movies that really hit it on the head with how life really is, living in the barracks alone. And then, dude, you know what's I tell people this all the time, Jarhead. Jarhead is
a great movie.
Perfect example of what it is to be in the military, more specifically the Marine Corps, and not be involved in combat, but still feeling the effects of everything that's happening, is where it's the ludicrousy and the monotony of being in boot camp and then going on deployment and finding out you're being cheated on and then being on deployment and seeing just a bunch of jacked up shit happen. And then you're like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, there's also another movie with Tobey Maguire and Natalie Portman.
Yeah, that one.
And Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
so Jake Gyllenhaal's in
that,
Jarhead, but he was this one. Yeah, he was like the brother.
And there's some that are like, I think more military people focus on like what they're doing and what they're wearing than like, is it gonna be like? I'll look, like I said, I watch a movie and the first thing I'll look at is when they pop up in uniform. I'll be like, all right, let's see if anything's fucked up. Like, are they wearing an officer badge, but they also have enlisted rank on, or like they have medals on this side and medals on this side. It just looks stupid, or like they're wearing the wrong pants, and you're like, this guy, this guy doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. So that's what veterans look at in movies. They're not like fucking. I'm thinking about the beaches again. Like,
I just imagine like you see a dude in like a fucking a terribly represented like uniform. You're like, goddamn fucking milk on the beach.
yeah, dude. Yeah,
fucking
bro.
milk.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like whenever but when people say, I try not to tell people I was in the military, right? Like I try not to be like. There's this joke, right? There's this big joke, and it's always, how do you know? How can you find out if someone's in the Marine Corps? Don't worry, they'll tell you. That's what it is. And that's the thing, because we're so ignorant and so full of ourselves that we're like, well, I was a Marine. I don't care about that. I mean, I care. I'll always be a Marine. But I don't care about that. And I don't care for you to know about that, because the second I tell you I'm a Marine, most of the time people go, oh, you must be a bad motherfucker. Hey, I don't want to mess with you. Oh, well, if I'm ever in danger, I'll come see you. Why? I don't care. I don't want to fight anybody. I don't want to kill anybody. I don't care. I'm not. That's not me anymore. It was there for a little bit, but don't put this like big tough guy label on me, because I promise you I won't live up to it. I promise you.
But you can if you wanted to.
Sure, I guess. But
yeah. But that's
won't.
not who you are.
But
that's not who you are today.
I never will. I'll run before I ever fucking swing.
That I can relate to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Easy.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, man, Kevin, I appreciate you coming through, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's been a fun conversation.
I know that we probably won't have time for a jam session because you got to drive back to to the ladies and rub that
It's
feet,
gonna
bro.
be a
You
good
gotta rub
hour
that feet.
drive on the highway.
By the way, Aurora, your man told me that he said that he's just waiting. He wants to just rub that feet and make
What
sure
the
that you're
fuck,
good.
bro? That is so cap. Don't
He
even do
told
that.
me.
Bro, if anything.
Hey, well, look out for your girl.
bro.
She's
Hey,
carrying
bro.
your seed, bro.
Hey, bro, wasn't that
She's
you?
carrying your seed,
wasn't
dog.
that you talking about how you wanted to massage your roommate's head or something? Wasn't that you?
What you talking? Talking
Nah,
about my
bro,
roommate.
You were talking about that.
You can't
were
even say
saying-
shit about my fiance. It's fucking
Bro,
bullshit.
bro,
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna talk about your. You were talking
Say
about
I'll say
like,
some gay shit.
Yeah, dude. This man got a electronic pulse machine that you're supposed to use for your abdomen. He uses it on his head.
Nah, I use it on my back.
That's why his head. That's why
My
his
lower
forehead-
back.
That's why his head's so
I
strong.
use it on my butt cheek.
You got a toned head. Did
Nah,
everyone ever tell you
man.
that?
No, man. I got a great razor and I use vitamin E
That
oil.
shit.
It's so smooth, bro. Oh,
I
fuck.
come
dig
smooth
that,
with it, bro.
I low key
No,
wanna do
but
that to
Aurora,
my-
he
yeah.
said he wants to rub your feet.
Bro, that is
as
so
long as you
fucking
carrying,
Yeah.
as long as you
Yeah.
carrying that seed, he's gonna rub that
Bro,
feet
please don't
every
call
day.
my baby that seed. Just that's so weird.
Is it a boy? Is it
It's
a girl?
It's a girl.
It is a girl.
It's a girl.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
You deserve it. You deserve a
Dude,
girl.
I'm so like
I'm terrified.
I'm excited though.
No, I think you're gonna be
Yeah.
a great father. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You know, I think I think it counts for any good leader and good individual to be able to have that strong self-awareness, but being able to consciously make efforts to better yourself into a point where you don't go into that space of where you came out of, you know,
not
and
to
I
go
think,
back, yeah.
and I think that that's what's going to make you such a great father, because you're not only going to be doing that for yourself, but then now you're going to have a lot more accountability with this, you know, little spirit that you're going to be
absolutely,
folding and
man.
molding
Yeah,
into
man. And-
a beautiful child, man.
Yeah, man, and I think it's this has been really fun, man, and I'm really excited to just keep going and keep moving, and I mean, shit, hopefully we can do this again, man.
No,
We
I'm
gotta
gonna bring
link
you
up,
back,
yeah.
because next time I bring you back, you're gonna do a flow.
Oh yeah, dude, I'll freestyle for you. Dude.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it'll
have
be
some
fun.
beats.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have all that kind of stuff. I always like the first one is going to be a deep dive. Now I'm only doing nothing but these first interviews.
Yeah, dude, let's have some fun.
And then when we come back, it's just gonna be nothing but fun. But this
Yeah,
was dope,
absolutely.
and I want to say thank you, man, for sharing a lot of these stories. And you know, regardless, I know it's not something that is always easy for every person, you know, coming out military. So you know, I'm sure, as you have heard many times, you know, thank you as always for the service that you've done for us.
Thanks for the support. man.
But yeah, man, this has been dope, dude. So we end the podcast in the same way, where I allow the guest to leave off with any word, phrase, sentence, last final quote to close off the podcast. It's all you. You have 60 seconds. Go. You don't have to use up the whole 60 seconds, but
I would say you should die the same way that you live, fearlessly.
I dig.
You could do it all. You can.
Do it all, baby.